complete with the mask and the whip and the championship belt being paraded through the ring here at the Agricom at Edmonton Northlands. Manny Sobral wrestling.
He definitely made his point coming into the ring tonight.
You know both these guys. They're not much different in weight class than you. They both say they'd love to step up to 6 or 7 pounds and fight you because you might make some money for them.
Yeah, it would be interesting for myself as well down the road. Both very, very good, dedicated boxers.
With a professional record of 7-5-2, weighing in at 146.5 pounds, Rutgen Ruddy Passick.
They're older too.
Yeah, Passick's about 32 years old, and Vanderpool about 29, which makes him your age.
With a professional record of 13-3-2, weighing in at 147 pounds, Fitz the Whip Vanderpool.
You fought Passick.
Yes, I did about 2 years ago. Passick may not have been at his best at that point, and I was able to stop him in the 3rd round, but it looks to me that he's in a lot better shape tonight and a lot more motivated tonight, and that makes a world of difference.
And you know Vanderpool very well.
I don't know Vanderpool as well. He just came into the amateur scene as I was leaving the amateur scene, but I did know of him and his brother, who boxes at middleweight and is the North American Boxing Organization middleweight champion, a very good fighter himself. So he comes from, somewhat of a fighting family and a very good fight town in Kitchener, Ontario. Of course, that's where Lennox Lewis is from.
It's supposed to be an easy fight to foretell. The little guy wants to stay inside and throw hooks to the body and the head. Is it as simple as that?
It's not as simple. He has to work his way in there. Whether he's able to do that, we will soon find out.
We've opened round 1. Vanderpool he's got his name on the front, and Passick has his name on the front. Shouldn't be that difficult. No. Vanderpool much taller.
Throwing some pretty hard punches to start, Vanderpool did.
And both blocked.
Yes. Passick's defense is quite solid to begin here. Ron throwing a pretty good left hook there on the break. Again, trying to get left hook. He'll have to set that up a bit better in order to land it, though. And
once again, the smaller fighter has to try and jab with the taller guy, right?
Yes, he does. He's going to have to try to slip Vanderpool's, Fitzroy's jab and land his own jab. Whether he can do that, we will soon be able to tell here. Looked like they cracked heads right there. I don't know. It appears to me that Passick's nose is a bit red already, and that may not be a good sign as the fight progresses into into the later rounds. We have 12 rounds to go here.
It won't be a surprise if Passick busts up, as they say.
No, it won't be. That's a trademark of his, just as some other great fighters, as Vito Anafermo and Carmen Basilio did, and Passick seems to deal with it.
Fitz Vanderpool has the championship. He actually won the title here, a vacant title against Edmontonian Tony Badia. And he's built a fan base here. He's pretty good, pretty entertaining fighter. Not only a good fighter, but an entertaining fighter.
Yes, he is. He's taken this a step further and came out all dressed up and here to entertain the fans of Edmonton, which is a great thing. He was reaching a bit with the right hand and missed it, but came back with the left jab, which landed. Very quick, Vanderpool is. A lot quicker than I thought he would be.
And very confident right at the moment.
Yes, he is. Ron hasn't landed one of his hard punches yet to get the respect of Fitz, so Fitz is coming in quite recklessly, I think.
Shots to the body by Passick, not apparently doing much damage on the inside.
It appears to me that he's closing the distance a bit too much. He needs to give himself a bit more room in order to land punches, but he did land a good left hook as Fitz stepped out there.
round for the champ. I don't know how much damage he did, but he certainly established himself as the dominant guy for 3 minutes. We head to round 2. The Canadian welterweight title is on the line. Ron Pasek of Edmonton and Fitz Vanderpool of Kitchener, Ontario. And a pretty good Canadian fighter comes out of Kitchener, Manny.
Oh, a lot of good Canadian fighters have come out of Kitchener. There's, of course, Lennox Lewis. Chris Johnson, who's a world-rated super middleweight, is out of Kitchener as well. And his brother, Greg Johnson, a good Canadian welterweight, super welterweight. And for some reason, it must be a coach they have out there named Arnie Bowen, who's guided a lot of good fighters out of that town and a lot of talent.
We look into the corner of Ron Pasek, and if he's marked on the nose, it's not much more than he's seen before. It's not much more than he had coming in.
That's basically it.
And again, we see the quick hands of Fitz Vanderpool, and in that particular exchange, not a lot of damage done in round 1. We're into round 2.
Well, I think, if anything, most of the punches landed by Fitz have been glancing punches, and Ron hasn't got his distance yet. We'll see whether if he can close the distance and land the punches that he needs to land.
Vanderpool laughing at, or Pasek laughing at something.
Yes, he was. I think he was laughing at Vanderpool's clowning. Ron Pasek just seems to be a very happy-go-lucky young man. He's just happy to be here, and he's happy he got his shot, and he got himself really prepared, and he's going to give it his all.
Man, he's like so many guys in this business. The game of boxing has given him a life.
Yes, it has. It's taken him from a very low point in his life and given him a second chance. And this is where he's at, and he's giving it his all.
And he's landing some shots.
Yes, he is. He's backing Fitzroy Vanderpool backing him up and making him work for what he wants. If anything, I see this fight turning into more of a brawl, which would tend to benefit Ron Pasek as the fight progresses. He's landing a lot of good body shots, which will pay off as the fight continues.
Pasek also a good amateur. Not widely realized that he was a very good amateur with good power.
Yes, he was. He was on the national team. Ironically enough, these two young men traveled to Italy together back in, I believe, '92 to a tournament in Italy in Venice. Fitzroy being the junior welterweight and Ronnie being the welterweight.
And they worked together. They sparred a lot because of the proximity in the weight classes when they were amateur.
Yes, they did. Talking to them, none will say who had the better of each other. They both think they both did, you know, but I didn't quite determine that.
And you talk about the left hook to the body, and it clearly backed Vanderpool up.
Yes, it did. And Vanderpool, right after that, he landed a left hook to the liver there, and boy, did that hurt. It could be.
That fight is over.
Yes, it is. That liver punch is a deadly punch. But Ron is so tough. No, it's not over.
It's not over. Ronnie's up, and it's not over.
But he is hurt. And he's going again, but that right elbow is right next to his liver. This is a gutsy performance by Ron Pasek. I know how hard
Coming to the end of round 2. Will he make it? He will make it to the end of round 2.
Fitz going all out trying to stop Ron Pasek. Wow.
We've come to the end of round 2, and Ron says, I'm up and I'm ready to go back. And we'll take a look.